Are you looking at the financials for your process and thinking, there's got to be a better way? Am I paying too much? Well, in this video, we'll look at many different financial concerns to see if you're overpaying for your wire mesh. Stick around. Hi, I'm Eric Himes and I'm the sales manager for Industrial Woven Wire here at WS Tyler. So are you confident in your wire mesh? How about your wire mesh supplier? As the wire mesh market is relatively saturated, the journey to achieve optimal wire mesh results can be pretty daunting. But now that you're dealing with woven wire mesh, there's several questions that you're either facing now or could potentially face down the road. These questions include, how should I address my freight concerns? Is my wire mesh performing as intended? Am I overpaying for my wire mesh? Well, with over 150 years of wire mesh experience, we made this video to answer these questions. This allows us to help you find peace of mind when it comes to the product quality you deliver to your customers. Lead times, freight costs, and material availability can sometimes be frustrating and unpredictable when dealing with woven wire mesh. Failure to have these logistics surrounding these factors worked out can hinder your production process, leaving you scrambling to get material by any way possible. The most common and efficient way to deal with these issues is to work with a supplier who can provide you with a blanket order. However, there's a few things to account for when choosing a supplier that can provide this. The first thing to consider is where they can supply wire mesh material from. Some wire mesh suppliers have limited amount of relationships worldwide, causing potential stocking issues. This is especially true when you take the hindrance geopolitics can create. A mesh supplier with multiple partners across the globe will have the ability to pivot if a supply chain is shut down, ensuring your wire mesh supply remains unaffected. You'll also want to consider their ability to help you manage bulk orders. Consignment inventory is an option that should be explored when selecting a wire mesh supplier. This will allow you to keep inventory on site, put you in a more comfortable position if there were any supply chain issues. WS Tyler has developed the relationships and the in-house know-how to ensure you receive reliable wire mesh despite shipping restrictions, material shortages, and other logistical hindrances. In other words, WS Tyler has the global suppliers, global manufacturers, and the in-house capabilities needed to help you manage your wire mesh inventory. Woven wire mesh is known for its ability to seamlessly fit a wide range of applications, but sometimes you need the properties or characteristics of woven wire mesh altered to deliver peak value. An important thing to consider is having a wire mesh supplier that can help you grow. They don't just provide you with wire mesh, but they have the knowledge and experience to help you develop and improve your processes. For example, you may be using a standard mesh count. How do you know that using a non-standard mesh count wouldn't work just as effectively? This mesh count would be less material, resulting in a lower cost, but potentially be performing at the same level. In some cases, post-weaving services, also referred to as value-added services, can be applied. These services will allow you to further customize the characteristics of your mesh to ensure you achieve the desired results and ultimately save you money. There's many examples that this can apply to, but the main point is to find a supplier that can be your wire mesh department. A supplier's understanding and experience with wire mesh can lead to much more diverse and customizable products. This could include processes like forming, welding, heat treatment, cleaning, and much more. The performance of your mesh is of the utmost importance, and these post-weaving services can be used to achieve optimal results. But for your operation to evolve, you must find a mesh supplier willing to help eliminate your wire mesh concerns so you can make time for other issues throughout your production line. When looking for a wire mesh supplier, you should identify a partner you can lean on as your wire weaving division and remove the roadblocks hindering your process. Allow us to evaluate your situation and provide the recommendations that will help you gain confidence in the product quality you deliver to your customers. There are a lot of parameters surrounding woven wire mesh, all of which can be customized. From the wire diameter to the mesh count to the alloy being used, it can be hard to understand what mesh you need. Do you need highly engineered precision mesh? Or do you need a mesh solution that adds emphasis on cost savings? The most important place to start with this process is to make sure you are aware of any industry standards that may be affecting you. These standards will dictate the minimums you need from woven wire mesh. For example, your standard may only allow certain tolerances for the opening size. The average wire cloth, let's say between 30 and 200 mesh, runs anywhere from 2% in the warp direction and up to 5% in the shoot direction. To achieve the precise tolerance, the wire mesh needs to be manufactured on a finely tuned weaving loom with the latest software and hardware. Most, but not all manufacturers will not be able to achieve this level of accuracy. This concept can be applied to more than just mesh count accuracy, but also things like cut point, sleaziness, alloy, and much more. Put simply, you must identify whether or not you need a wire mesh supplier with extensive wire weaving expertise and wire mesh partners across the globe. As I said before, geopolitical supply chain sanctions and tariffs can cause freight issues. Partnering with wire mesh suppliers with global connections will help ensure you can receive the mesh you need to keep your operation running and accommodate customer demand. Since WS Tyler was established 150 years ago, we have developed our own weaving looms and trusted weaving processes to deliver mesh solutions you can rely on. What keeps our looms running is the standing relationship. 125 years in the making, we have with 2 dedicated wire suppliers. As they have become embedded into our operation, we can always find a way to weave a solution that brings value to your specific needs. Well, in most cases, it comes down to these key factors: freight, wire mesh performance, and wire mesh value. The ideal wire mesh supplier should have multiple wire mesh sources that will allow them to get you the wire mesh needed, even if a particular supply chain is blocked or shut down. To that end, the supplier should also have the capability to help you manage your wire mesh inventory based on a regular schedule. You should also seek a partner with an organization that can fabricate wire mesh components that deliver the performance you need. But it's just as important that your mesh isn't over-engineered, as this could add unnecessary cost and affect the underlying value of your mesh. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, fill out a Contact Us form so we can answer your specific questions. Just click the link in the description. And if you'd like to learn more about woven wire mesh or our many products, we have a learning center filled with written and video content to help make you an expert. Just click that second link and you'll be an expert in no time. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with all things WS Tyler. Once again, my name is Eric Himes, and I'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now.